We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the Soto District of Seattle. Here we go in a rematch of Super Bowl 48. The Seahawks and Broncos are underway. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
There we go. There we go, sir.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And that's going to be caught downfield by Fant. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards on the play.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well where you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on 1st down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
They'll fake the jet sweep and go instead with Walker. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
Geno now to throw. Looking for Lockett, and he's got him, working his way free across the middle. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Play action. It's Smith. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
There we go, sir.
Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Hey, go flip her up, flip her up.
Throwing now is Geno. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. Well, that was a long, sustained opening drive, but in the end, only able to get 3, the field goal out of it.
And absolutely, you'll take the points and the early leads. You never give those back. But there will be a little bit of disappointment that they didn't punch it in for 6 after that kind of yardage and that kind of drive that they had.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. To throw, here's Nix. And this is caught by Williams. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The rookie from Oregon on target with that one, and leads to a 1st down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A first carry now. This is Williams. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. And now they'll shift things around. Nix to the air. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Nix. Dancing to his left. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. And that's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. Here's Nix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a first down.
Lucky?
Analytics.
Well, the analytics say you punt the football there.
So we're changing to analytics as we go, right? What a big-time play for them, and really took a big-time chance.
Yeah, big-time first-half chance. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop. Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it 2nd and 7. Now it's Nix. Escapes the sack. Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 9 yards that time.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Williams running left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams. A 15-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Will Lutz on for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
2nd down and 3. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
Oh, I like that play call there. After a run for good yardage, you get a defense thinking they'll go back to the well. So that's a great time to call play action and give your receivers a little extra edge. And they complete the pass there for another first down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And he wisely will throw that one away.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Trying the left side with Walker. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Oh, some strong running. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Kenneth Walker, 43 yards. And the Seahawks are able to move back in front.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is now 10-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They're going right back to Walker. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
They'll try the air now with Smith. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Strike. Hold. Look, Jack's left. Ours.
From the gun on third down, Smith. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. To throw is Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
Hey, here we go, hey. Look. 13 next. Snowball.
Now Geno. That one out wide and intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 46 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. To throw is Nix. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And this is caught. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Williams will take it in. Touchdown, Denver. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Throwing Nix. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. This is caught at the 20. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20. A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards. The kick by Lutz is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal. Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. One touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. They start the second half here with Williams. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. From the 25, here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Nix. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Well, that one's all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Working out of the gun is Nix. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way to the end zone for a defensive touchdown. Yeah, and the guy made the play. He gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room. It translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Nix from the shotgun. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Back to throw. Nix. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Adam Troutman, 32 yards. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Ready.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Smith. He'll find Metcalf. Finding room at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5.
Here we go, here we go.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Throwing is Smith. That is caught. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 33. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Running left is Walker. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Straight ahead, Walker. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They run again with Walker. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Here's Smith. Flushed out right. Toward the pylon, caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf from 6 yards away. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. The extra point now coming from Myers. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. He was brought down there by Julian Love.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. 2nd and 9 now. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Now a handoff running left. This is Williams. Fighting through, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 67 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. They try the left side here with Williams. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down. They run it again with Williams. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams. A 23-yard run. And the Broncos answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he's got a first down there after a gain of about 12 as the clock will stop right now for the 2-minute warning. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Off of play action. Here's Smith. He's going to let it fly. This is caught at the 20. And they're going to have this rain down deep in Denver territory. Here's 1st down. On the handoff, this is Walker. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Shoves him away. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. Missed tackles may doom this team.
I just had a bad flashback. That's why I'm sitting up here with you right now. You've got to tackle him inbounds. You've got to wrap him up.
Here we go. 1st and goal.
Hey, here we go, here we go. Here we go,
Oh, they'll get this to Metcalf on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Hey, here we go, Sunday, Sunday.
Here's Smith. He completes this to fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yeah, the opportunity squashed. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And say what you want about Lumen Field here in Seattle, but for my money, this is the loudest and most difficult place to win in the league when you're on the road.
It's very hard. The fan support, off the charts. The way that they make noise and understand when to make noise, they understand the game as well as anyone.
aptly named in part for its considerable elevation. We're at Empower Field at Mile High here in Denver, Colorado. To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And here we go at Mile High. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Hey, here we go, hey.
First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Riley Moss with that tackle. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
They'll cobble together a yard there. Brandon Jones up for the stop. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. Smith to the air now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. A quick 3 plays, Brock, and we have arrived at 4th down just like that as he comes through with some contact to break up what looked like a catch.
Now, guess what, Kate? These guys aren't getting paid by the down defensively. They want to get themselves off the field in as few snaps as possible, and there was no way they were letting this drive extend beyond the 3 and out.
And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. It's an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble there on 4th down, and they move those chains. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Walker now from the gun. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. 2nd and 10 now. He just throws this one away. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Throwing on 3rd, Smith. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. They go play action. Here's Smith. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one. First time this game they've looked to him. And it sets up 2nd down. And again, it's Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin. Because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
And the Broncos are in the nickel for this 3rd down.
Here we go.
Shotgun snap to Smith. He's throwing deep to the left side. He's got it inside the 10. This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Hand off to Walker from the gun. Crosses the goal line. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks finish up an excellent opening series. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Marvin Mims now to return it. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
70 Timberwolf. 70 Lion.
Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, Kate. I know you do. And this one was about willpower. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try at that first down.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
From the 34. Getting out to his left. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Still inches to go on 3rd down. Running for the marker with Williams. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Cowboy 80. Set. Buffalo 18. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Throwing here, Nix. Got a man, it's Marvin Mims. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line.
19, come 19, take go.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Well, the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, didn't it? And it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
70 range, 70 range. Ready.
Again on 2nd and 10, Nix. Cut by Sutton. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Dragon 60. Cougar 19.
Now Nix on 3rd down. Completed to Sutton. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Seven Pirates. Hurt.
Man in motion here.
Go.
They'll throw again. Nix. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Offense up to the line fast.
Bravo 80. Bronco switch. 19 tight. 19 tight. Hut, hut.
After the sack, another pass on second down. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. Time for our second quarter. Let's see if the Broncos can capitalize in the red zone.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Check, Panther. Ready?
On third down, here's Williams. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Offense in the hurry up here. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're first to 3. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Defense just needs to hold them short. It's 4th and 7.
Let's go. 19 Lions.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. Escapes out to the left. He connects downfield on 4. It's a Denver touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Point after try is good by Lutz. And the Broncos respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Smith setting the throw. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
Back to the air. It's Smith. Connects with Fant. He picks up 15 on the play. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
This is brought in at the 15. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. Walker has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2. Working quickly here. Trying again, Walker. And defenders continue to swarm over to get him at the line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. On 3rd and goal, Smith. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So now they're left with 4th and goal.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
play fake. Now Smith to throw. They can't connect as the coverage comes through. The fourth down stands.
You know, these fourth down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
60 by 6, 60 by 6. Roll.
Here's Williams to start the drive. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Ready.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Let's go now. Hey, smash. 79 Bronco.
Shotgun snap to Nix. He fires one deep down the middle. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that brings up 3rd down.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
18, Pioneer. Check go.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. Finds Mims. And he's going to be out of bounds a yard or two short of that 20. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10.
Reload. Ready.
A handoff for Williams, running left. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Nix from the gun. He's got a man left. Galloping inside the 40. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Ready.
Williams is across the line for the Denver touchdown. The Broncos get some late points and the lead. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one right down the middle. And the Broncos break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Here's the clip. Here we go.
Out of the gun, here's Smith. Rolling left, buying some time. He's running with it. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the 1st down.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 39. The Broncos get to him here. He's brought down. Seahawks in their hurry-up offense. They need to get everyone to the line.
Hey, let's go Wednesday. On Wednesday. Tuesday. 49. Pick her up. 49.
Smith on 3rd and short. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
4th down, Smith. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. Well, they had to try something there on 4th down, but that throw played right into what the defense was anticipating, Brock, and they make it hurt that much worse by taking the turnover back for 6.
Hey, I'm all for these great group celebrations, and, I'm not Captain No Fun, but one of these times I'd like to see that player run that football over to the D coordinator who predicted that play was coming and really made the right call to create that opportunity.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Check 51, cover. Check 58.
Now Smith coming off that pick. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they'll have it a little shy of the 40 as he goes out. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Hey, trio left.
Ooh, without much time left on that play clock, Coach Mike McDonald calls a timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Ready. No ball.
From the gun, Smith. Throwing this back in the end zone. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Smith. He's on the move. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, a better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. And again, it's Smith. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. Well, the pass interference might have prevented the touchdown there, but it gives this offense the yards and a great chance to punch it in anyway. Defense, no doubt, still recovering from that interference call, Brock, but they've got to buckle down here. It's 1st and goal. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
There we go. 53, 53.
Putting a receiver in motion. Walker can't push it across. They make the stand, and looks like they might have stopped him a little bit behind the line, too. Now the Seahawks are going to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Thankfully, not a big loss last play. They're at the 2, 2nd and goal. Throwing is Smith. And this is caught. It's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks make it a 1-score game before halftime. Tyler Lockett the touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
That one splits the uprights. And the Seahawks chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here's Traymon Smith with the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Down to 12 seconds before halftime as they come to the line.
Come on, set. 70 Lions. Chop alert.
Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Hawk 70. Hawk, bring it.
Drive begins with a run. It's Williams.
That's why you often see some mix, some high-percentage pass plays on 1st and 10. You got to keep a defense honest. They're always looking for a run in that situation and a chance to stack them up for 2nd and long.
Second and 15. Finds a man. Adam Troutman has it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Going left side, Williams with it. This is ahead for about 5. Julian Love bringing that one to an end. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Here we go, set. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. Ready?
They stay on the ground with Williams. He locates a couple of yards through that chaos. Julian Love bringing that one to an end. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. Another run for Williams. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
60 Eagle. Cougar 19. Let go.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be good for a Denver 1st.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
And he pushed deep into enemy territory with that, down inside the 25. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
They'll come up 1st and 10.
Let's go.
On the handoff, this is Williams. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Offense up to the line fast.
18 Cardinal. Cut 19.
Throwing here, Nix. Pass it down close. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Offense in the hurry up here. Williams is in. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos grow the lead coming out of halftime. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. Well, his 2nd rushing score of this game could not have come at a better time, Brock, as it adds some valuable points to that lead.
You know, this is something I can't really define, Kate, but it's just a feel. Right, passing touchdowns are great, but what rushing touchdowns do, especially to your defense, is they just fuel them. It empowers them to go out and play, and now they'll get to do so with a bigger lead.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Smith in the pistol. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Here's Smith. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. Left. That's grabbed inside the 30. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Walker is in. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks start the 2nd half with some needed points. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. Myers to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Seahawks chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go now. Check.
Williams on the carry. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Working quickly here. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Built up this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Williams now on 1st and 10. And they had that one contained right at the line. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. No gain on the run, and we've reached the end of the 3rd quarter. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's the Broncos with the ball, trying to close out what would currently be a win. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Here we go.
Play action with Nix. Mims with the grab. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Broncos will have a 1st down. Straight ahead with Williams. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here's 2nd and 14. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Cut by Sutton. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
60. 19, Tiger.
Here we go on 4th, Nix. He's got it to his running back. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Offense up to the line fast. Throwing on first down, Nix. It's taken in by Williams. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Offense in the hurry up here. They'll throw again. Nix. Completed to Sutton. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Nix from the gun. Flush down now to his left. Touchdown, Denver! Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this two-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Hold. Hey, here we go. Look, catch left. There we go, son.
Out of the gun, here's Smith. Locates Lockett along that sideline, and he's got it. They got 24 yards on the play. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Ready. On.
First down, Smith to throw. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Broncos are finally tackled after a big return. They're going to have the football beyond their own 30 following the turnover.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
On the ready.
From the 38. Throw complete to Williams. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Working quickly here. On third down, here's Nix. Complete beyond the marker. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Broncos nearing a win here with a 14-point lead.
Ready?
Football on that 47-yard line, first down.
70 Timberwolf. Get it. Go.
Running right, it's Williams. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on first down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
2nd and 3 now.
18 Rattler. Here we go. Set. 79 Broncos. 18 Pioneer.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
60 backward. Buffalo 18.
Shotgun snap to Nix. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on third down. And that's exactly the result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
Complete to Mims. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They'll come up first and 10. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks return this one to the 10 before that return is halted. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
Hey, here we go, hey.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Trying to push it deep downfield. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Back to the air. It's Smith. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And things look tougher now with third and long.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. So they're first to 3. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Throwing now. He finds him beyond the marker. Great work. He gets them the first down. They needed that conversion, and he also stops the clock. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs. Offense set for a 1st and 10. And again, it's Smith. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Broncos get it back as he intercepts him for the second time this game. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Last name 19.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Chased out to his right. Ooh, look at this, here he goes. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. The timeout's taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ball game.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field, and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
70 range, 70 range. Track at 60. Check go.
Nix with it on first. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And here's the timeout with just 1 second left on the clock. So we're going to have one more play left in a game that's already decided.
Trap 60. Let's go. 7 Pirate. Ready?
Here's 2nd and 2. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. So to the side of many mile-high salutes throughout the building. It's a win at home for the Broncos. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got the two teams who met in Super Bowl 22. It's the Washington Commanders and the Denver Broncos, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League welcomes you to South America and one of the world's most populous cities, vibrant Sao Paulo, in the southeast region of Brazil. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled the year. Here's the veteran Will Lutz to get us going. And off we go from here in Sao Paulo. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Washington offense.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got the two teams who met in Super Bowl 22. It's the Washington Commanders and the Denver Broncos, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
EA's along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and for both of these teams that we're going to see, Charles, the future is kind of right now. You know, this is something you only see a handful of times in an NFL season where you've got a rookie quarterback versus a rookie quarterback.
And I think a lot of that has to do with the era we're in now. Because our dads, they didn't see rookie quarterbacks go against each other. In fact, it could be 2-3 years before they even saw the playing field. Nowadays, you get drafted, they expect you to play earlier, and these guys as competitors, they'll take their lumps early, but they'd rather be on the field.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And we are underway here in London. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So here are the Commanders making their way out. Leading them out, their young quarterback, the rookie from LSU.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Cowboy 80. Go.
Right to the air is Daniels. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a first down.
Brandon, you know I'm all about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it, I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the first down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the play moving.
He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. And credit the tackle to Brandon Jones.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
That is caught. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Robinson, he'll try the left side. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
To throw is Daniels. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. To the air goes Daniels. Forced out to his left. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Oh, Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
Robinson again. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Third down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play.
Let's go now. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. Go.
Robinson. And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack, going to stop him short of the first. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. Daniels going to throw for it. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with a football. They try to throw on 4th and goal from the 2. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. So here are the Broncos backed up to start their initial drive. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. To throw from his end zone. Nix buying time to his left. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Here we go with Williams. And they're going to get the first out here as he's up to the 14.
Holding offense.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Taking on the midfield logo. Fights off the defender. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Throwing now is Daniels. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Here's Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Second and 10. Daniels looking to throw. Flush to his right. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
On first and 10, it's Robinson. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
This second and 4.
Ready.
Now here's a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Robinson. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Ready.
And this offense on third down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Daniels. And that is incomplete.
That one was tipped up in the air and fortunately fell away for the defense, because if the offense is able to grab that one, that's a short little jaunt into the end zone because there's not enough reaction time off of a tip ball for the defense to rally and make a tackle. They were very fortunate on that play.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And it's 3-0 Washington. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 19 right. 18 left. 18 left.
Here's Nix. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
Here we go. 79 Bronco. 18, right here. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Throwing Nix. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Concentration, so key on a ball like that. It's hard. I know how difficult it is, but that's a ball you've got to come up with. And instead, a big play is going to slip through their fingers, literally and figuratively.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Nix to the air. And that will be incomplete as well.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Fielded at about the 28. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Ready, set. Here we go, set. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Check up.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Now 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Daniels. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 47 yards. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and the lead grows to 10-0. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Denver's offense now set to go. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. They run off tackle right with Williams. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. And now an audible here into something else. They run it again with Williams. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Now it's Nix. And he rifles one incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 28. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. A 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. To throw is Nix. And he slings one that's incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
To throw, here's Nix. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Javonte Williams as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. So the late touchdown there, and that certainly changes things as we move toward halftime.
Yeah, and there's a potential for things to change even more because, remember, they get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So they can potentially double up here and take the lead. A great opportunity for them.
So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And leading 10-7, and they may just want to get this to the locker room. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Come on, come on. Hey.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that is incomplete. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the 3rd quarter will start from the 30. And the Broncos offense set to begin this 3rd quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
They start the second half here with Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He'll drop this down to Williams. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Looking to throw. Nix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play that time on the catch and run. 30 yards in Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Back to throw. Nix. Throwing left side, it's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Marvin Mims, 36 yards. And the Broncos have taken the lead here this 3rd quarter. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that makes it 14-10. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. First possession of the second half now for Washington. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already know our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive linemen. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Get it. Ready.
Robinson up the middle to the 43, second down.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment.
From the 43, here's second down and 8.
Let's go. Ready.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
19 Lions.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Riley Moss. And the Broncos will take over here just shy of the 30.
That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Up past the 30, second down coming up. From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8.
Working out of the gun is Nix. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Let's go. Rambo 80. Reload.
Now a handoff running left. This is Williams. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
Holding offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Looking to throw. Nix. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Marvin Mims with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Broncos are able to add on to that lead. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Washington ready to try again on offense. And they have had problems getting the running game in gear as we look through some of their attempts from earlier. They have just not been able to match the physicality that this defense has shown, and their lack of success on the ground is a direct reflection of that. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
He had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They go play action. Daniels. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Robinson gets the toss on the right side. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Daniels. He's got Brown on the out route complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They'll run this one right with Robinson. Past the 20. 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. 48 yards for Brian Robinson Jr. And the Commanders are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2.
Here we go, here we go.
Daniel's going to try and throw for it. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting set for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL. Welcome back now here in London. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. They work now on 2nd and 9. Now they'll audible to something else. Nix from the shotgun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And out of bounds right around the 20. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
2nd and 6. A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman. 7 yards there and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Williams. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Williams will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? They'll try and throw. Here's Nix toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Now Washington down by 6. Just under 2 minutes to go. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Come on. Hey. Ready.
Back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Let's go now. Ready.
Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Able to find Ertz. And he is going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Let's go. 18 rattlers. Go.
He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
Now 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 19.
Now that was an inspirational scramble for a first down, all the while absorbing a big-time hit. Well, we know the guys in the huddle appreciate what he's doing. But how about the guys in the press box, the luxury boxes, the guy who signs his checks, and especially the main guy with the headset on the sideline? I'm not so sure they like that so much.
They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Here's Daniels. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos have just about sewn up this football game. What did you see on that one? Rookie mistake or just good defense?
It was a combo play, but the rookie quarterback, he'll take it all on his shoulders, and the frustration level is evident. You can see it with him. You know, if that... quarterback, he walks off like he just threw a touchdown pass because he doesn't want to show that to the defense. The young guys, they take it more to heart. It's on their sleeve a little bit. He'll learn as he goes along how to hide his emotions.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
The win for the Broncos seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll get this up to about the 40. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we see the two teams who fought back in Super Bowl 32. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Denver Broncos, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the great cities of the world, London, England. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And we are underway here in London. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And at the start of Jordan Love's NFL career, he had one of the best seats in the stadium watching Aaron Rodgers work. But now he's looking for more than that. Rocket arm, big play potential. And he wants to show this organization that he's capable of being a dependable starter for the foreseeable future.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Set, ready. Cut.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. He'll wind Yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
2nd and 9.
Down. Hut, hut.
Here's Love. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Luke Musgrave, 69 yards. And the Packers need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their rookie QB, the young man out of Oregon.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
A first carry now. This is Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they'll change things up. Throwing Nix. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Nix. They've got his man complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great play there. 72 yards. And the Broncos are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Lutt's good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go now. Set.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs powering forward. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. They'll roll him out right. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Ready, ready.
Love from the gun on 3rd down. Being chased out left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
And McManus missed it. How about that? No good. Wide to the left. And in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game.
And, partner, a lot of kickers in this spot like to aim at the right upright and just draw it back down the center. This one looked like it was aimed at the left upright and just kept bending away.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
18 Cardinal, alert.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
19 Lions. Go.
Nix to the air. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Now they'll change things around before the snap. They give it to Williams, running right. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now it's Nix. He'll air this one out for Mims. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
To throw is Nix. Steps away to his left. A wild throw there, and it is intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 41.
And the tough thing is when he goes back and reviews the film, he'll see that he already escaped the pocket. He could have gotten more himself by using his legs, and that might have been the better choice there instead of challenging the zone. A miscalculation on his part, and he pays for it with the interception.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
43 rail. Trail green. Check, huh?
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 55 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On the double. Set, hut. Hut.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Let's go. Ready?
Working out of the gun. Love. Eluding the pressure right. A short throw to Musgrave. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Set, ready.
7-7, our score after 1. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Down. Needle. Red, yellow. Hut, hut.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
So from the 22, here's 2nd and 2.
Let's go now. Fight 60. Hut, hut.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now a give to Jacobs running right. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
This is 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
Love from the gun. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. And not a blitzer, but still able to get there from a strong safety position.
Yeah, I think that was a great example of what they call football IQ. Recognizing he was open, had a chance, and went ahead and got to the quarterback.
Ready up.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Here we go. Set. Smash. Smash.
To throw now. Here's Love. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Packers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up first and goal.
Come on, set. Blue check. Ready.
Jacobs is in. Touchdown, Packers. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
McManus's point after is good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And now they'll shift things around. To throw, here's Nix. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Back to throw. Nix. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Screen play set up for Williams. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 32-yard line. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. He's airing it out for Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams, 32 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away from drawing level. Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was Javonte Williams who capped it all off with a touchdown reception. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Set. Fight. 97. Set.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 84 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Ready.
Love. That's taken in by Kraft. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Tucker Kraft, 55 yards. And the Packers have moved out in front. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing to start the drive. Nix forced out to his left. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Now a handoff running left. This is Williams. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here from their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
60 by 6. Trap 60. Go.
Working out of the gun is Nix. Looks to the sideline and has Mims who makes the catch.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
The ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Now a 2nd and 2.
Let's go now.
Off the play fake. Nix. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Back to throw now on first down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. 27 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Lutz good on the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a Denver touchdown. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Packers with the football here late in this first half, as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And this one is incomplete.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Throwing. Love. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They gave it a shot with a deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Ready.
This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On 4th down, the Packers called on Daniel Whelan to punt. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. A final shot before break. Nix. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Oh, that is incomplete. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath. A happy sight for a lot of these fans. We're jumping right over halftime and getting back into the action. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That ball was tipped in the air, and while it ultimately fell incomplete, it caused a few anxious moments for the guy slinging it, who's had quite a day. He knows how to get it into the end zone. He's throwing it really, really well, and maybe Lady Luck is on his side because he avoided his first interception of the contest.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. They run. It's Williams. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. And now an audible here into something else. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
2nd and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down. Nix. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. An audible here to get a new look. They'll go for it. Here's Nix. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Packers offense and running back Josh Jacobs set to take over once more. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and made him a real weapon in the passing game. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Ready.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's third down.
Third down and 1.
Here we go. Here we go. Twelve, 10.
In motion left goes a tight end.
Ready.
Off the play fake, Love. And the Broncos get there and take him down. And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. On now is the Packers punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Denver's offense now set to go. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Four receivers now, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Second down and 4. Nix from the shotgun. That's taken in by Franklin. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. First carry now for Jaleel McLaughlin to the 43, second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now a 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in London. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. The Broncos on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Here's Nix. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over.
Yeah,
I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Yellow. Here we go, set.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Got it.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Come on, set. Drill, 52. Ready, set.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Ready, ready. Trouble, 38. Set.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. 116 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
But sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion.
Shot, 17. Mike, White. Set.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time. So make sure you get
touchdown, Packers. Tucker Kraft with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. And now it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Broncos offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the 2nd half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now they'll audible to something else. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. The 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. And that run going to put him over 100 yards now for the ball game as well.
Yeah, he's really had his way so far, and that's just more of the same right here. All he needs, just a little crease, and off he goes.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. But the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. Escaping the pressure right. He hits Dobbs on the crosser, and he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play, second down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Ready. Watch out now. 50 Fury. Ready.
Love looking to throw it. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Down.
Well, this defense needing a stop here. Got to have it. 3rd and 9.
Ball red.
Love now. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the fourth quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield. So they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. So the Broncos now down by 2, just over 2 minutes to go. They'll have one play here just north of the 2-minute warning. They begin the drive with Williams. And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Here's 3rd down and 5. Back to throw. And that's caught by Williams. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Nice, well-coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Here comes 2nd down. Now they'll change things up. And here's a quick throw out to Mims. Here's 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Now 2nd down and a few inches. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's 1st down. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Clock showing 22 seconds. Here's 2nd down. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball on the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. And a timeout comes in. The whistle's blown with 3 seconds remaining. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And his kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, partner, you and I were excited for this one today and certainly had its moments. Some good execution at times by both of these offenses. Defenses both made some plays as well. And always a joy to be up here in the booth next to you, my friend.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be up here in the booth next to you as well. Thanks for taking the time. And let's go ahead and get ready for our next one, right? I'll see you in the film room. Get that preparation started now.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say cheerio from London.